welcome back to Glenville State College here in the athletic department. Back to the coaches show. This segment we have head volleyball coach, Coach Keven John. Coach, thanks for being with us here today.
Absolutely, always fun.
Absolutely. I think coming off a week where we had 3 home matches, some of the top teams in the league in here over the weekend. Had West Liberty Friday night, and of course had National Power Wheeling in here on Saturday. Had 2 really strong sets against West Lib Friday night, and then you had a really good, about a set and a half, I think, fair to say, with Wheeling on Saturday there. Just the team sort of played at a high level there for strong stretches in those 2 matches. If you can speak to that.
Yeah, we were really happy with how we executed in different parts of those matches. Now, it was the first time I think this year that we've really stuck to our game plan, that we had solid, even energy, that we didn't get derailed by some emotional distractions and those kinds of things. Our focus was pretty solid. Now we need to work on execution, putting all parts of our game together all at the same time. And you saw runs where that happened. You saw moments where our passing, our serve receive, our defense, our hitting, our offense from the setting position, from the service line being aggressive, all of those things came together all at once. And we ran away here and there where that was all working for us. That's a big step forward for us, and we're super excited about that. And I actually told the women that on the team that I was happier with those 2 losses than I was with the Salem win. That we were more focused, that we were more disciplined, that we were doing the things the right way. The wheels fell off here and there, but learning the new systems going forward, that's going to happen on occasion. But the reason I like that better is because now all we have to do is get better. They controlled all the things that they could control, and now we just have to go forward and improve our game.
Yeah. Well, I know you're still, playing different I think you had 3 different starting combinations in the 3 matches, and came with some different folks. And if you could speak to that about the different combinations you're going with and what the objectives are.
Right. Well, there's multiple levels of that. So one of the things that I like to do as a coach is, especially if you're not the number 1 team in the conference and smashing folks and doing those things, I do like to put lineups on the floor that are specific to game plan, specific to the team we're playing. You need a little bit of a bigger blocking team. You need a little more offensive presence through a certain position. You need, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in the game plan. That's going to sometimes dictate who starts where. But we've also started some culture things on our team where we're trying to hold our team accountable to staying even and having some good mental fortitude and being able to play through adversity. And we've been doing that through the weeks in our practices of giving back culture stats. And so some of our starting decisions are based on those culture stats, who's growing mentally as well as growing their game. And so some decisions are based on that as well. And then on top of that, of course, we've had COVID and illnesses and a few injuries here and there, and that's dictated some of the starting lineups as well. And so you see some of that going on too. So those 3 things have caused us to basically have a different lineup every single match, and that's obviously not the ideal to have it be as erratic as it is right now for us. But I give props to the women that they've been able to play through that and keep their focus and grow and become a better program.
I'll tell you, moving forward, coming off the momentum of some of those stretches of play this weekend, traveling up to Frostburg, a 2.5-hour trip up there. What can we look for in that road trip for you?
So Frostburg has been a little bit in the same boat as us. We've watched a lot of film on Frostburg, and they've shown a lot of different starting rotations. The difference between us and them probably is they've not used a lot of different people. They've moved their people around. So we have a couple of different ideas how we want to approach it depending on where we find the athletes on the floor. And what we can see is that we're going to be against a team that's not nearly as physically dominant some of the teams that we've played as far as a height differential and a strength differential and those kinds of things. So it's going to be a little more evenly matched in that. So I think you're going to be able to see us play a little bit more of a power game and being able to challenge blocks a little bit more and swing into the areas of the court we like a little bit more easily. And then I think that they run a pretty fast offense back at us, so we're going to have to be able to make some reads. We're going to have to be able to make some pre-adjustments to make sure we're in front of the ball where they set it, and make sure our defense has the best chances that way. And if we can do that, if we can be disciplined, if we can see what's going on across the net, pre-read, and we can exploit some of the matchups that we want, we may find a good result.
Yeah. A technical question here. What are some of you think have been the biggest areas of growth for the team, from early August to right now to where you're at, young team, but what are some things you can point to that you're really happy with where that development's been?
So lots of things. What I just said, I really do think that we are learning how to deal with adversity.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crucial to being a good college volleyball program, and I see that across the board. That we've done a great job with that, and the athletes are growing exponentially now. It's a switch went on, and suddenly we're just taking off in those areas, and I've enjoyed that. But another thing that we talk about in the gym all the time is why. So I want them to understand all of the whys of what we're doing. Why are we doing this? I mean, I'm telling you to do it, but that's not really the best reason why. I want you guys to understand why we're running the style of offense, why we're going zero tempo, why we're trying to run this against a specific team. So when the other team adjusts, so when it's not the exact situation that maybe we're talking about, they'll learn how to play outside of that, and they'll learn how to adjust and make good plays when it's not what we were looking for. And we've grown a lot there. We've absolutely grown a ton there. I'm starting to see athletes that are able to make decisions on their own and make adjustments. Case in point, we really struggled with reading outside of our defense and not being in the exact spot where we've learned to be. But the other night when we were playing, they were going through the hard angle at us, which we usually cut, meaning we play very close to. And the athletes noticed it right when I noticed it, and we all started talking about it. And they actually made the adjustment right as I was saying it. So I'm like, we need to make an adjustment there. And then we saw our libero standing on it and getting a dig. And I went, that's a great adjustment. Lindsay did a fantastic job in that situation. She saw it. Another situation, we have a couple kids that have kind of gone in a libero jersey, Hannah being another one, where she was getting taken advantage of over the top of the block into zone 4, which is a short tip over the block for the middles towards the sideline, towards like the ref stand for our gym. Yeah. And basically she struggled really mightily reading that, and that she read it all day long. She was standing on it, and they just stopped doing it because she was reading it so well. And they saw that on film that she couldn't handle it, and that's exactly why they went straight to it. And she picked up the first time, and then the second time, and they never did it again. So we're starting to understand the whys, and we're starting to understand how to make adjustments against teams, and that's been the biggest growth for me. I've loved watching that.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's been fun seeing the journey with the group, and I know there's some big matches coming up. And again, going to Frostburg, we'll be back home here Friday night, so homecoming Friday. It's going to be a lot of activity this weekend. The Pioneer volleyball team will be here Friday night. There'll be a high school football game going on at the same time, and then, of course, we got football, parade, everything on Saturday. So, but again, make Friday night with Coach John and his volleyball team part of your homecoming festivities there.
Yeah, my first homecoming. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to take part as much of the stuff as I can. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for having your day, Coach.
The thumb is up.